Green Forest. In the previous video I defeated the Mimic and explained why that team was suboptimal, what can be done to make it better. Now we're choosing another card. Rare card HP accuracy, I don't need these stats that much. The optimal one is either speed or attack. Well, I'll choose attack this time. Plus 10% attack helps most of the time. So we have the normal Green Forest. I'm making progress on the normal Green Forest. Let's continue exploring. For example, I'm gonna go this way. Now we're on level 9 already, so this is gonna be a piece of cake, at least I hope. I bring Cardiel, Alice, who else? Not many turtles. I'll just bring the top 5 people. Or you know what? Good question. Sabita with increased attack, increased defense helps. I think it really doesn't matter. We're still good enough. So if you don't have good enough champions, obviously your Green Forest playthrough is gonna be somewhat compromised. And it takes time until you don't just collect the champions, you also develop them. And here I'll show you a hint that I recommend most of the time. So this is turn 2 or round 2, and the third round is gonna be important. So first of all, this is important because of long-term potential. So you may want to keep this A2 attack. So I'm gonna do the A1. Here I'm gonna do the A1 too. With Alice, her cooldown is quite good, so I might start thinning the field a bit and slowing them down as well. But from now onwards I'm gonna do just A1s. And I'll just let the skill cooldowns advance. And this is even better because they got True Fear. It doesn't really matter to me what they do and how they do. I'll attack the highest turn meter opponent, so this time in manual. I'll attack the same opponent as well. And just get rid of the... What happened? Oh yeah, that's a UX fail, by the way, that you have the chat here and it's not possible to delete the chat part. So Alice killed that opponent. And it's manageable. I'm just managing cooldown at the moment. Very good. We may take an A1 hit, like one final A1 hit, or not. We're not even taking an A1 hit. And now here is the boss. And now you can auto, basically. The most auto and focus on the middle opponent. Autoing is fine enough at this stage, and we preserve the A2s and A3s. You always need to go for this for the boss. So first wave can be done in a normal way until you get like just one opponent or two opponents left, then you just press the A1s. And then for the second wave, you thin the field with just one attack. And the rest is just A1s. And I think you're gonna be able to solve the rest. Now, the issue is that with AoE attacks, you can basically also target the smaller opponent, so it's all fine. Let's go back to the map, and let's see if we unlocked anything. Yeah, there are new paths. Now, we can go either way. I'm gonna go back to the central locations. Now, there is a trove. So, this other boss, not the Mimic, but the other boss. We'll leave him in peace for now, because I'm now exploring alternative paths. And you see that there are these simple levels. Okay, I'll just bring the top 5 champions and collect the rewards. It's all about rewards at this stage. And leveling up. So we don't need to rush anything. You've seen a trove already, I think, the other boss. These are just regular 3-level opponents. That's the second one. Should be quick enough. And on some days when you have less time, you just do exploration as much as possible for the whole map. When you have more time, you do the difficult fights. I mean, as long as the content is new, it's fine. And it's also possible to neglect some other content. I mean, why are you rushing, right? So what do you want to accomplish with rushing? We will never catch up to those who started in 2020 or whenever Raid was new. So there is no money in the world that will eventually close the full gap. Now you can train excellent champions obviously and win even against those people in the arena and other places, but it's a hell lot of work obviously. So at this stage, whether you make it in 2.5 years or 2 years and 7 months or 2 years and 9 months, it's all the same. Now we're gonna go downwards because it opens further paths. You still have a speed lead that helps oftentimes, and I just add some heaters plus either synergy with Donatello or Sabita. I prefer Sabita normally, but I'm just experimenting with alternative teams, like how they are synergic, what they look like, because this is experience as well, and as long as you have easy fights like this one, because this is not the most difficult fight obviously, you can enjoy, you can get a sneak peek into the future once your Great Hall is gonna be more developed, because we get a lot of extra bonuses. Meanwhile, I'm informed that the Demon Lord is defeated on easy difficulty. Now, who wants easy difficulty after 1 year of playing? I just don't understand this fully, because you won't have enough opportunities to one key everything all the way until easy difficulty even takes more time, like until 5 p.m, 6 p.m. So it seems like that we have a bit more beginners as well in this guild, or at least a few people who still care about easy difficulty, or they just cannot one key or two key the last two difficulties and they still want to earn some extra. So this is all possible. Well, this boss is quite intimidating in terms of HP and shield and possibly defense as well. Or my team just missing is just missing Alaz, I don't know. But it's a bit more consolidated, a bit slower than usual. This is a bit interesting. Well, the opponent is still, affinity-wise, it's fine, I think, because I'm having a good mixture of all affinities. Well, is it a healthy mixture? 2 green, 2 blue, 1 red. So the blue champions, the magic champions, Donatello and Alice, are on the receiving end of this fight. But wait a minute, the minions are green, so it's actually not true for the AoE attacks. This is unusually long, almost 2 minutes at this stage. But fine, and you only need to defeat the main boss, not the rest. So curio chest, discover the new curio, which is amount of green coins from battles. Fine. And then let's see, legendary. So on level 10 you get a legendary one. Speed, ignore defense critical damage, or defense, ignore defense critical damage. Do you want defense or speed? That's the question. And I want speed, for evident reasons. Let's see the curio, because we don't have a curio altar, and now we have 3 curios to choose from. This is a random skills cooldown by 1 turn. I think I'm gonna use this extra coins as long as I'm strong enough for now. It doesn't give me any benefits in the battles, it just gives me benefits in terms of earning resources, which will give me resources later. So I usually optimize economically. This is the most important thing to me most of the time. Now we're gonna move upwards, and we got an ambush to get some brews. Well, this just delays the agony, but I still have a speed lead, so I just randomly select some unit. 150 fight is supposed to be over within a minute or a minute and a half max. Let's see. They won't even take a turn. even if I do the suboptimal auto battle. Yeah, they are not gonna take a turn, none of them. Anyway, turn 2 or round 2. Okay, and final round. Within 1 minute, that's what I said. We still have half a minute, even if we waste time on unnecessary skills. There you go. Opponents won't even take a turn. That's level 150 thing. Now, wait a minute, they did take a turn. That's interesting. And maybe I won't make it in 1 minute. That's bad. Actually, I did. 54 seconds. Amazing. Back to map. I'm happy with resources most of the time. Now, we're gonna go this way. And speed lead is here. In fact, you have this combination as well. That's fine too. I'll bring some more of these units. And I don't have like really heavy hitters, but it's fine. This time we're gonna do the Crocut versus Packmaster Shayak combo. They are quite synergic with each other. And it's just 150 teams, so yeah. Here is the dog. In the previous round we vomited a bit from the top. That's interesting. Like the previous Fusion champion also had this dog animation. This one, just the dogs were blue. And that's why it's so interesting that that specific Fusion Void champion, the rare Void champion from last time, is not controlled by Packmaster Shayak. But I understand why it's the race, basically, the faction. Now, let's see. 225 is gonna be doable, but let's pretend it's not. In that case, what do? You go and find easier battles. And you go and find this way and discover some things as well. Now, there is a chance that we can fight a Mimic, just like in the previous video. This time it's a Curio, which is each enemy's HP attack defense. That's good. The problem is that we only have 1 slot out of 4. That's why I'm exploring right now, by the way. And there you go, a Mimic appeared. So amazing. Another chance to fight a Mimic. In the previous video you saw that it took a while, and unfortunately this time I have to think. We have quite a bad team in terms of what is gonna be the critical damage. So we will need, first of all, I'm gonna use this. The Packmaster is not gonna work. I'm gonna use this as lead. We need these 2 champions, and I'm gonna add some more damage dealing, and I can block healing. There you go, this is a healing blocker. He may be crucial. If you can bring anyone who blocks healing, that's amazing. You see the champion stats, not champion stats, what is it? Faction aura buffs, debuffs. Debuffs. In terms of debuffs, there are... Now, you need to know what these mean, and it's not written in here, so you need to consult some of the locations. Like, what is this? Here you see that we have Cold Hardened this champion, and here is the information, so you need to consult this. What is the exact name of this X? So, you know, fear, true fear. This is the good part about Raid, by the way, right? That in Raid you have an exact description of all buffs and debuffs. In Era of Chaos it's not possible because there are so many, like the wall of text that Hate complained about so much. Now, any healing received by the champion will heal with heal reduction debuff is reduced by 50% or 100%. 100% reduction of healing, that's what these 2 champions do, Cold Heart and this other guy, Lemonicy is the name most likely, is very much welcome. So I'm even considering bringing in Coldheart, but I think Lemniscy is gonna be fine. And this is gonna be periodically applied. Now let's get started. Heal reduction will reduce the effectiveness of the Mini-Mimic. Let's see how Auto copes with this. There you go, heal reduction is applied on the enemy for 3 turns. This means the Mimic, the main Mimic, won't attack at all. And Michelangelo is there, Alice is there, and also Tolin is there. And ironically, the Mini-Mimic is consuming the heal reduction champion. But now the heal reduction champion is back. Let me do it in manual. So the manual part is gonna ensure that as long as Lemniscy takes a turn, oh, that's too bad, the cooldown is 3. Tough luck. I need to add more books. So Lemniscy is gonna get consumed by the Mini-Mimic, which means that healing is gonna happen, unfortunately. So turn meter reduction would be desirable. Otherwise, we encounter problems. And for some reason the Mini-Mimic is not coming. Now let's see. I just save the A2 skill, just in case a Mini-Mimic is spawned. And it's just one more turn. So here, attacks one enemy 2 times. There are no buffs on the target, so too bad. Very good. So I think from now on it's gonna be straightforward. And this is a turn meter reduction option, the A2. And now it's done. So heal reduction is an excellent thing because the Mini-Mimic is there. It even consumed the healer, but the Mini-Mimic won't be able to heal. That's what you want. Heal reduction is an excellent thing. Meanwhile, we went to level 11. Let's choose from the 2 rares. Attack speed, this is ideal. I want attack primarily and speed secondarily, or the other way around, doesn't really matter. So I think now we can take on more difficult opponents as well. But wait a minute, there is still a 175 opponent, so why not? Let's draw champions. We have the usual speed lead. And we're spoiled in terms of options. I'm just bringing damage dealers with some extras like turn meter reduction, some other things. Turn 1 is gonna be auto, on purpose. Maybe because I don't have an intellectual capacity to manual. No, actually it's not the case. But it's auto, as if you did it yourself, right? And now I'm gonna go to only A1 skills from now on, with the exception of thinning the field initially. So there you go. That was badly executed because I didn't see the turn meters properly, but it didn't make a difference, we're healed. Now I'm gonna need field thinning. Fine. And from now on A1s only. It wouldn't hurt if this whole thing took a while. So for this reason, even if I don't kill everyone quickly, I'm also happy. Because I need to reduce cooldowns. So for example, in 1 turn I'm gonna be able to use this skill. So I'm fine at the moment. And the cooldown of the rest of the team is gonna be managed. So this is what you do in a boss fight. Now in a boss fight we can do auto and select the main boss, because the rest are gonna be damaged with AoE attacks anyway. Obviously if push comes to shove and it's a difficult fight for you, you optimize and manual. But I'm showing you how to save brain cells basically at times. So this time you can save brain cells quite easily by just autoing. And you know, I can add some commentary about how nice those flames are in the forest. But actually the fight itself is not that engaging. Now Green Forest easy mode doesn't really put me into flow, if you know what I mean. So this is constructive criticism. It's not content meant for me. So what I'm well, content, it is very much meant for me because it's engaging on some level, but it's not meant for me in a sense that it challenges me too much. Hard mode does challenge me a lot, but not many people do normal mode walkthroughs, so I saw that even more experienced players than me go to normal mode first. Places a stun debuff for 1 turn or random enemy on every 8th, 7th, 5th turn, so right now 8th turn. So we have 5 Curios already, but only 1 slot. This is a disaster from our perspective. Now 11 more turns. Let's see what else is going on. There are some other simple bosses that I haven't reached. For example, here is this one. And there are some others I could fight as well. At this stage, even 200s are fair game. Now let's draw champions, at least for now. I'll bring these two and the rest. And if it's hard for you and you're not on level 11 or level 10, then this means that you need to pick easier fights. And sooner or later it's gonna be doable even with your current team. So my team doesn't matter from your perspective because it can happen that you don't have the same champions. But you have the opportunity to earn the same cards or even better ones. And by the way, my assumption is that I will never need to reshuffle. If you got enough champions. Bring a heal reduction guy at least. That's important. But besides heal reduction, you can also bring others. So there you go. This is the 175 opponent, turn meter reduction, TikTok, everything else. It's just too easy for now. Maybe I should have done hard mode, but I'm experimenting on hard mode, so commentary and experimentation don't really go hand in hand. Another Curio. Now, this didn't happen to me before. That's a good Curio actually, but I'm rather earning currency instead. Okay, so I'll continue being methodical and look for opportunities wherever. So, for example, given that on the day when there is a clan versus clan, for example, what do? Collect energy. Obvious, isn't it? Now, this is gonna be a super easy battle again. I won't even look, just get the speed lead and the strong enough champions. Alas is gonna solve most of the problems. At least on 2 turns out of 3. There you go, turn 1 is almost done. Oh, why did then one player stay, or one opponent stay alive? That's interesting. And Cardial managed to waste his A3, which is the ally attack. But anyway, no one is perfect. The AI is not perfect. Maybe it won't take my job. Maybe. There you go. 30 seconds and 30 energy. How ironic. Back to the map. And now let's see what we're gonna get. Small chest and more resources. Level 12 is there. Rare, uncommon, rare. Obviously rare is better in terms of power, attack speed, ideal. We have nothing to analyze. Now let's go left and left and left. I want to explore not just for the sake of exploration, but also for the sake of altar, because whenever I have another altar, access to another altar, I'm gonna get a Curio. And the advantage of a Curio is that I already have, or a Curio slot, is that I already have more than enough Curio items, but just 1 slot. And I can get even 5 slots in total. I will want those slots, obviously. There you go. Done. back to map. And then obviously as you explore you prefer crossroads because it opens a lot of opportunities and chests. I'm gonna go for the chest. Another curio. Come on, enemy HP percentage. This is not that good. I mean, if you can beat a 100% HP opponent, you might be able to beat a 90% HP opponent too. And if you can beat a 90%, then you can also beat the 100%. It rather works the other way around. That's why I'm not thrilled to see this. Now, let's explore this way. Ambush. Okay, well, be my guest. If you really want to ambush me with your 150 power, then you might be ready for the consequences. Actually, these consequences, there you go. Actually, Michelangelo could have been better. What is going on? What is this preloader? Okay, maybe some network error after all. The network doesn't always have to work, so I understand. All right. Yeah, exactly. When the internet is off, that's the internet. So, we're collecting the resources. I think I have just 4 movement points left. You see, it's already 26 minutes in, and I had a 5 minutes extra mimic battle, by the way, before this installment. So this is the approximate time required, half an hour. For some, it's hostile for their time in the game, right? For others, it's novelty. For me, it's still novelty. And there you go. We have quite good locations here, but unfortunately I ran out of movement points at the worst possible time. Too bad that we cannot buy more movement points, by the way, from here. Or for gems. Not even gems, that's really weird. Because imagine we get enough movement points throughout the month, but you need gem sinks, right, to operate the economy. But spenders cannot even get extra movement in exchange for gems. So something is a bit off. They want to grind the game, but they cannot grind the game and cannot get advantages early. So that's a bit weird to me in terms of design, but I understand, and it's the same for everyone, so it's not a big deal. Now, we have chests, we have other things as well, 725 currency, and here you only get these things. Now, if I want to reshuffle, I can get up to 5 reshuffles already, but I never wanted it. This was the current installment of the Green Forest. We're on level 12, and we managed to get quite a good progress in general. Let's see the rankings. Where am I? I'm 10th on the server. 81 stages are done by the first one. Or not on the server, in the clan. And the reason why I'm only 10th is that I also did hard mode in parallel, and in hard mode I'm actually 3rd. So, and I explore a bit more, and I don't take care of the hard fights yet, intentionally. So on some days I'll be able to improve my score by even 30. You see there is a mimic here as well. I haven't even taken care of these, and these are more difficult opponents. See you in the next video.